Now we go back to our reporter Athi Mtongana. She is covering the Cape Town fires. Athi, good afternoon to you, and what is the latest? Earlier on when we spoke to you, we saw the state in which this fire is burning and the heavy winds that are fanning the fire. We also believe that a cabinet minister's car has gone up in flames.
Yes, we have received those unconfirmed reports here that the house behind us, the property behind us, I'm just going to briefly move out of shot so my colleague can show you the visuals of this property. We have unconfirmed reports that the Minister of Labour, Thula Mngesi's vehicle is reportedly here. It was supposedly at the garage of this property. We are told on the ground that this property belongs to the state. We're yet to confirm that. But of course, the person that we spoke to was sent here. He's part of the protection unit of the minister's office. He was sent here to check out the situation. He assessed it, and he says he believes that the vehicle has been affected because it was parked inside the garage of this property. Now, this property is affected simply because the fire literally jumped from right across the road from UCT. Remember that the fire was surrounding UCT and the Rhodes Memorial area, and so because of the strong winds which keep fanning this fire, it literally jumps from one position to the next. So it's really difficult for firefighters to particularly single out one area as a hotspot. There are various hotspots around the city. Of course, this is around Rhodes Memorial as well as UCT, around the southern suburbs area where firefighters are mostly deployed. There's still some aerial support which has been water bombing from the sky, as well as, of course, the fact that there are some firefighters who are injured speaks to the fact that this fire has really been harsh due to the fact that the wind has been rapidly blowing it and fanning it from one direction to the next. We saw videos of UCT students evacuating from some of the residences, and at this particular property we haven't heard of anyone that was inside at the time, but we believe if there was anyone, they might have evacuated because the city has yet to confirm any injuries as a result of these sporadic fires, which are basically being fanned by these strong winds, and they are picking up at various directions. But rest assured that the city of Cape Town's fire services, as well as the National Sandparks and Working on Fire, various other firefighting services have been deployed in and around this area to try and monitor the blaze as it continues to rage along the slopes of Devil's Peak. Various road closures are still in place. The M3 outbound vehicles have been redirected towards the N2, and it's really unsafe for anyone to have their windows open at the stage because of the amount of smoke that fills the air. The air is thick of smoke, and really if you are outside, and especially if you were perhaps along the mountain, the Rhodes Memorial Mountain, hiking or even cycling, I'm sure that those people, of course, might have very many stories to tell, just like the gentleman that we met, Jeremy, who was cycling along the Rhodes Memorial Mountain. He told us that the fire was moving very quickly from up there in the mountain. Various hikers had to be called down. But another unfortunate situation here is that some of the hikers, their vehicles are still parked up there on Rhodes Memorial. Many of them stranded because they drove to Rhodes Memorial, left their cars at the parking lot, and started hiking up the mountain when they were warned to come down due to the rapid pace at which the fire was moving at. They had to leave their vehicles there. Many of them are fearing, of course, that their vehicles are up in flames because a restaurant up there at Rhodes Memorial is gutted due to the blaze that is affecting this entire area this afternoon.
Now, just in terms of the safety aspect, you're mentioning that people that are driving their vehicles should keep their windows up. For you to stay safe while reporting on the story for us, are you advised by the firefighters perhaps to double up on your mask? Would it make a difference if you actually dampen it with some water in order to reduce the amount of smoke that you yourself are inhaling?
Well, I'm not sure if I could pick up what you were saying, but I think what's incredible are the visuals coming out of this property. And if these reports are anything to go by, this is, of course, a state property that is. It's going to be very, very unfortunate. Well, whether it was any resident's home, that would still, in any case, be an unfortunate incident. So I want to go back again to this issue that we have received on the ground from a staff member who is part of the protection unit of the Minister of Labour, Thulas Nxesi's unit, who is saying to us that the minister's vehicle that he is driven in might have been affected because it was parked in this property's garage. And I can tell you this entire property is affected. Not one bit of it has been left untouched by the flames that you're seeing on the screen right now. But the minister, we're told, is not here. He's not even in Cape Town, but perhaps this is ordinarily where they stay when they come to Cape Town. So I'm sure you can perhaps see the smoke coming out. It's the wind that's terrible for the firefighters. And the unfortunate thing as well is that there are some firefighters who have been critically injured as a result of these blazes.
Well, we'll leave it there for now, Athi, and we'll continue to bring you rolling coverage of that fire that is burning. Our reporter, Athi Mtongana, right now at the bottom of Devil's Peak in Cape Town.